Okay, so today we're diving into something pretty wild.
Yeah.
A concept from Kabbalah called Yesh Meyin.
Mm.
And it basically says that everything we see, everything we know came from nothing.
It's a really fundamental idea in Kabbalah. It really shapes how you think about the whole of existence.
Right. Like it's mind-blowing when you think about it.
Absolutely.
Everything from nothing.
Yeah.
So for this deep dive, we'll be looking at Iniciación a la Kabbalah Tomo by Rabbi Philip Esberg.
Great book. Really explores a lot of these core Kabbalistic principles in a way that's pretty accessible.
Yeah, so the big question here is, what does it actually mean for something to come from nothing? Like, how do you even wrap your head around that?
Right.
So the book starts off by talking about the creator and its main attribute, which is the desire to impart or the desire to share.
Right. And it makes a point of saying that the creator is complete. It's not lacking anything.
Right, so it doesn't need anything.
Exactly. So creation doesn't come from some kind of need or deficiency on the part of the creator. Yeah.
Okay, so then why create anything at all?
Well, it's all about this desire to share. The book describes it as this inherent urge to bestow goodness.
So it's like the creator is overflowing with goodness and just wants to share it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a fountain that just naturally pours out water.
I like that analogy.
It just can't help but give.
Okay, that makes sense.
But here's the thing. You need something to receive that goodness.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
need like a cup to catch the water from the fountain.
Exactly. And that's where the idea of the desire to receive comes in.
Hmm.
The book calls these vasiyas, which are basically vessels.
Vessels.
Yeah. Think of them as containers for the divine light. They're what allow creation to experience the creator's goodness.
Okay, so we've got giving, and now we have receiving.
Precisely.
Now, what's interesting is that the book talks about this desire to receive as being negative.
Right. And I know that word can sound a bit off-putting.
Yeah, like negative usually means something bad.
Yeah. Right. But in this context, it's not about good or bad. It's just describing the basic nature of this desire.
Okay, so what does it mean then?
Well, it means that its nature is to take in, to receive.
Okay, so it's the opposite of giving.
Exactly. Think of it like a battery. You have a positive and a negative terminal.
Yeah.
And you need both for the energy to flow.
Right, that makes sense.
So this desire to receive, even though it's called negative, it's actually crucial for creation to happen.
Okay, so we have the desire to give and the desire to receive. But how does this all connect back to Yesh Meyin?
So this is where it gets really interesting. Yesh Meyin literally means something from nothing.
Right.
And in Kabbalah, this refers specifically to the creation of the desire to receive.
Wait, so the desire to receive itself was created from nothing?
That's exactly it. It didn't exist before.
Whoa.
It was not like the creator was working with some pre-existing material. It was a totally new thing.
So it's like, poof, suddenly there's this desire to receive where before there was absolutely nothing.
Exactly. And the book is very clear that this nothing, this AN, is not just the absence of something physical. It's
Okay.
a more profound kind of nothing.
So what is it then, this AN?
Well, it's a bit hard to put into words. The book calls it a mystical nothing.
Okay, so it's like beyond our normal understanding of nothing.
Yeah, think of it as the potential for everything to exist,
Yeah.
like before any specific thing has come into being.
Whoa, that's deep.
So this desire to receive emerged from that state of pure potentiality.
Okay, so that was the very first act of creation, this desire to receive popping out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's the foundation. And the book says it's absolutely crucial because without it, there would be no way for the creator's goodness to be experienced.
Right, you need something to receive it.
Exactly. The very act of creation required this new thing, this desire to receive.
So our very capacity to want, to need things, that wasn't just there from the beginning, it was created.
Yeah, think about that. It's not a given. It's an act of creation.
That is wild.
It is, isn't it?
So this one little spark, this desire to receive, that's what kicked off the whole universe.
According to Kabbalah, yeah. The book says that everything stems from that initial creation.
Wow. So how does this all play out in the world we see around us? And what about us humans? We have desires too, right?
Right. So the book suggests that this desire to receive isn't just limited to that first moment of creation. It's woven into the fabric of everything. Everything has a capacity to receive something, whether it's energy or sustenance or influence.
Yeah, like plants need sunlight, animals need food.
Exactly. And humans, we have all sorts of desires, right?
Oh yeah, we're always wanting something.
So as part of creation, we also embody this desire to receive. It's what drives our needs and ambitions, even our ability to experience the world.
So it's not a bad thing to have desires.
Not inherently, no. It's part of what makes us human. But the book hints that there's more to the story.
Like what?
Well, it seems like the goal is to balance this desire to receive with the desire to share.
So it's not just about taking in, but also about giving back.
Exactly. It's about finding that harmony between receiving and sharing.
So this concept of Yesh Meyin in Kabbalah, it's more than just some abstract idea.
Yeah.
It's about understanding the very origin of existence. And it all starts with this amazing idea that even our capacity to receive is a creation from nothing.
It is. And it really makes you think about the nature of reality, doesn't
It
it?
does. It really does. So for anyone who's interested in exploring these ideas further, the book we've been discussing, Initiation à la Kabbalah Tomoui, goes into more detail about the next stages of creation.
Right. It talks about the Sephro, which are like emanations that come from that initial Yesh Meyin.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the mysteries of creation.
My pleasure. It's always a great discussion.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
Absolutely.
Bye, everyone.